Hello, hello, hello. Well, you're now looking at a refrigerator. As you should, because this video is for those of you who are interested in the Bosch 800 series 4-door. More specifically, it is a 2-door, 2-drawer, but I believe it's called 4-door. As you can see, it's French door. We have had this fridge for 2 years going on, almost 2 years, and it's quite wonderful. We love it. Warning, you're about to see some graphic footage because this refrigerator has not been thoroughly cleaned out, scrubbed down, or anything. As you can see, it is quite easy to keep clean on the front. Outside, microfiber and water is pretty much what we use. It's not perfect, but it looks good enough, clean enough for our family. So let's go in. The first thing you'll see is the French door action up top. And yes, it is packed. And yes, there's all kinds of things in this refrigerator. All kinds of things, but it is spacious. Don't let the fact that we've crammed a lot of things inside make you think that it's not spacious. Now, it is counter depth, so that is something to bear in mind. However, do you see how there's 2 gallons of milk, one old, one new, in that top tray in the door? And then there's another gallon of Tampico, a couple of bottles of wine behind there, a creamer, and a carton of coconut milk. That's a lot, and you could probably still cram something else in there if you really wanted to, so that gives you a great idea of what you can store in the doors. Now, there's an additional tray not shown here because we didn't need it, but there's actually 1, and then count the one we're not using, 2, 3, and then your butter or whatever compartment at the top, and then 4, 5 there. So you get 5 trays for the door, okay? And the butter compartment is quite large up here. Can fit a lot in there, things besides butter. We've got a little ginger paste going on up there, as you can see, besides all of the butter and whatnot. Lots of condiments going on in the door, as you would expect. A lot of condiments fit in the door, which is great. And so going into the main compartment, up on the right, what you will see is where the water filter goes in there. There's also we'll talk about the beep in a minute. We'll talk about that in a minute. There is also a lot of flexibility with this refrigerator. If you look at it online, you will see that there are some brackets in the very back. Because we have so much stuff in here, you can't really see them, but you can actually hang things. You can hang, there's actually a tray back here. Let's see if we could get to it. Oh boy, that is a mishap right there. That is most unfortunate. Just ignore it. There is a tray, there's a shelf tray back there where you can store things, special things that you can access because they have their own little tray. You can also, there's something we're not using, which is a bottle. There we go, focusing on that. Okay, let's take that off. Boy, comedic gross moment right there, folks. All right, so there is also a, I didn't intend to make this a comedy. There is also a wine bottle tray, as I'm calling it. That's not the official name, but you can chill a bottle of wine in its own little cradle, which is great. So you can snap that on back there, hook it on, and you're good to go. So you can see what other wonderful food items we have in here. Some old, some new, some good to eat. So no longer good to eat. No, seriously, I think everything in here is, almost everything in here is still edible. So yeah. And then one of my favorite features is, well, one is the water in the door, which is great. There's two ways. You can push this button and water will come spraying out. And you can also hold your glass or bottle up under here and depress that button and water will come out, which is great. Also, this is the, well, we use it as our deli drawer, which is fantastic. And as you can see, there are quite a few items in there. We store all of our lunch meat, cheese, bacon, things like that in there. And it is quite spacious, which is great. Now we're going to move on, and you can see at the top of this drawer, this is the Vita Fresh drawer, and it's quite fantastic. You can tell it what you want. Right now we're using the vegetable setting, which is 32 degrees, and it will adjust the temperature. It will accommodate your temperature, and it will also accommodate the right moisture content for whatever you select. You can see meat, fish, fruit, vegetables, beverages, snacks, miscellaneous, and custom, which is great. So opening this drawer, we do use it for produce mostly. We also use it for beverages. You can see the produce we've got going on in here. There's actually even more room down in there. And then, yeah, the other section, and there are actually two removable bins in here that come out, and I'm gonna dive into that salad when we're done here. But yeah, there's lots of room in here. So we've got ginger, green onions, all the wonderful things like that in that drawer. And when you close these doors, you get this little kind of, I guess it's kind of a, I don't want to get technical where I can't. Anyway, let's go down to the freezer before I make a complete fool of myself. So yeah, going down into the freezer, this is your nice, spacious ice bin, and it does come with a wonderful ice scoop, like so. And it will fill up, and because it's a smart fridge, which is one of the other features that we love, it will let you know when that bin is full, so that if you want to come and empty it, you can. You're seeing actually below, because there's not a lot of things in this particular tray, but then there's also another tray here. So you can go wild with storing all of your frozen goodies. You can see we kind of do, you know, a variety of things in this tray. A lot of times this is definitely where all the waffles go, and we have plenty of waffles. And this, as you can see right now, it's usually like frozen fruit, and I freeze tomatoes when they start getting ripe and things like that. And then it just gets a little crazy down here. I can organize this a little more, but there is a separator here in the middle where you can get a little help with organizing your bottom drawer of your freezer. So yeah, that is kind of the, that's kind of the majority of what I wanted to show you today. I also want to make sure that you know, oh, there's a lot of great settings up here too. But yeah, going back, like I was gonna say on the alarm, it will beep like that, and then just simply closing the fridge will make it turn off, unless you leave the fridge or one of the drawers open for an extended period of time, in which case it will not turn off. Good safety measure, but you can also just hit that where it's flashing red, says alarm off, and it turns it off. You can see all of this up here. Now, this is paired, you know, it's connected to the Wi-Fi. So I do have the app on my phone where, you know, I can change settings and also receive notifications. So it's wonderful how smart things are these days. So that is the majority of what I wanted to show you today. Do not forget to go down and click the link down in the description, because that is where you will be able to go straight to this 800 series, the Bosch brand, and check it out on Amazon. Because if you are in the market I highly recommend this refrigerator. I actually bought it at a time back in 2019, December, when it was in high demand. And I actually had to go on a waiting list. And I actually bought this from a store, believe it or not, I want to say it was in New York, but I can't remember whether it was Brooklyn or where it was, and I had to have it shipped here. So yeah, the one I was looking for, I think at that time, wasn't even on Amazon. But it is an amazing refrigerator. It's got some new technology if you really start doing even more research on it. But I simply wanted to give you my everyday person, homeowner, love this fridge, quick review. And so yeah, click that link down in the description and look at it on Amazon and see if it's, you're ready to pull the trigger. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye.